Hey Leah,
Hi, Val.
how's it going?
It's going good. How are you?
Good, good.
Mm.
Thanks for chatting with me today. So I was thinking about when we worked together, and I think it was like we ended in the spring, right?
Yes, early spring.
Something like that. Yeah.
hmm
And we probably worked together for what, 6 months?
I think we were maybe seven or eight
Seven,
months.
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
weekly calls.
So, I was curious about like where you were when you came and started working with me. Like, what were you struggling with, or what was going on for you?
I had made a lot of big changes in my life, I think. And I was in a position that I was thinking I should be feeling good. And I've done some things. I should be feeling good.
hmm
But there was just something inside of me, and I wasn't sure what it was, that still felt off.
hmm
So I I wasn't even sure what it was that I was looking for. I just knew that there was still like something inside of me that wasn't feeling how I wanted it to feel.
Mm,
Um, and I think that's ultimately what led me to find you.
right. So you couldn't really pinpoint it, but you knew that there was something missing.
I absolutely did not know what it was.
Yeah, I think I remember that. You're like, I don't fucking know.
Something's off. I need help.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you have like hesitations about working with me or concerns or fears?
I had been following you and watching from afar. And then I one day was just sitting, getting ready for work. I think I told you this story before, and I flipped my phone on, and you popped up on a live, and
Right.
I knew in that during that live that you were the person that was going to help me figure out what was going on inside of me.
Yeah, I
So
love
I
that.
spent, yeah, I spent the week just listening and frantically writing down everything you were saying. And I think it was at the end of that week that I called you and I
hmm
said, I don't know what I need, but
hmm
I think you're the girl that's going to help me figure it
I love
out.
that. Um, was it scary to start working with me? Like starting the process of coaching? Did that feel scary?
It felt it there was certainly some fear, but I was also so ready that it
Mm,
was excitement, it was fear of the unknown, of not knowing where it was going to go, where you were going to take me.
hmm
It was a lot of feelings all
Yeah,
mixed together.
yeah, yeah. I love that. So what were some of your big breakthroughs?
Oh goodness, so many. I think one that really stands out for me was, well, just I think I realized that this negative self-talk that I absolutely did not know that I did. You
Right.
took me 3 weeks to start like hearing what the things that I was saying to myself, that I thought when you said, can you please start like listening for these signs, or we're going to start
hmm
listening for our saboteur. I'm thought, I don't do that. I don't
I'm
talk
good.
like that. Yeah, I don't talk like that about myself. And I think that that was probably one of the biggest things when I really spent time with it. Took a while, but once I sat with it, and then I was like, and
Holy shit.
now I catch myself doing it. But
Yeah.
I think I was so unaware of the chatter that went on in my brain and the things that I was saying to myself. I just had no
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah. Yeah. It's once you see it, you can't unsee it,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm.
So your self-talk has improved. I mean, I know that's true about you.
I still catch myself, but that's the difference. It's the
Yeah.
awareness that I've gained um, around just I will still catch myself doing it, but I'm aware of it now. And so that is probably one of the hugest
Mm,
takeaways from our
hmm
time working together.
hmm I love that. What else? Because I mean, I know you've had a lot of big shifts and changes internally and externally. So, like, what stands out for you?
I I think mostly it was like such an awakening to my own self. I had been spending 50 plus years of my life just, the one that has it all taken care of. I got it. It's fine. Everything's good. I can handle everything. And just learning that it's okay to not be okay was a big one for me that I learned from you. Um, and the limiting beliefs that I had placed on myself without even realizing it
Mm-hmm.
was another huge awakening for me. And just, I mean, I've been a giver, a mom, a people pleaser, all the things that I thought is just, being a good mom and being a good friend and being a good wife, and
Yeah.
then having resentment around it and feeling angry, like I have to do this and I should be doing that. And all of those things have changed for me. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. I still can struggle, but I can struggle to say no if there's something I don't want to do. But I am so much more aware to just take that pause now and
Yeah.
think about, do I really want to do that before I answer? Or I can say no, or I can change my mind, actually.
Right. Right.
I
That's
can
huge,
change my
right?
mind. Yeah, I can say sure, and then I can say no
Yeah.
in a complete sentence. So there's been some big ones.
Yeah. Well, boundaries for sure was huge.
Mm-hmm.
And I love how you said like realizing that like it's okay to not be okay and it's okay to change your mind. Like all those things that we should on ourselves as women of like, I should say yes, I should do this. And like you said, it leads to resentment. And then we realize that like we're creating that because we're not like being true to ourselves.
Absolutely. And I feel like I mean, I am, I guess, and was a big blamer. Like I was giving my power away to other people and then being pissy at them for it, being mad at
Right.
them. I'm just like, okay, wait a minute. Okay, hold on. Yeah, no. It's like I'm mad at you because no, okay. So there's a lot of blaming other people for things
Mm,
that are completely within my power that that's another big one for me. And just, I have a lot of defensiveness and just not being open to criticism in the past, taking it all super personally.
mhm, mhm,
And now, I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy to hear things for
mhm.
criticism, but I look at it in a different way of, if you don't have it, then it's not something to think about and consider. And, it may be, it's someone else's perspective, but you should listen to it.
Right.
And, it was really hard for me before to just not be super defensive and reactive. And I feel like that's really settled in me.
Mm,
Been able to just take a pause and kind of consider things before responding or reacting. And that's honestly been a big life changing shift in a lot of my relationships with my kids, with my mother. Oh,
right.
in all my relationships have
Yeah.
benefited from it.
Yeah. Isn't that amazing? Like it's like you get your power back and then realize like you have the freedom to design how you want to be in relationships and you're not just at the mercy of somebody else's choices.
Yes. Yes. It's been
Yeah.
yeah, who knew? Who knew?
Who knew that that was
Yeah.
a thing?
Yeah. what else could I say has been another thing that's a big one for me, I think, is the feeling the emotions. I was also, raised in a family where we weren't allowed to have them. It was everything was fine, or go to your room, or we weren't given space to have emotions.
Mhm.
So I also was like really good at just like skipping along the surface and never really feeling anything, to the
Yeah.
point where I don't know how long it took you to get me to even like name what I was feeling. Be
Yeah.
like, what is that? And now I know like guilt and I fear, and I can put words to some of my emotions myself. And
Mhm.
I don't have to stuff it all down like I had done. And I'm sure, I just am aware of like trying to let them pass and just be in them. And that's been really beneficial for me.
I love that. That's so huge because like it feels so scary when we haven't been modeled how to feel feelings and like
Mhm.
so then you just don't have any kind of language or process around it. And then stuffing it our whole lives, right? And then to be able to give words and language to our feelings and then know what to do with them. Like that's such a huge part of finding peace in our lives is like, okay, like I might not always be able to like do it every time, but if I know like, okay, I've got some tools to do it, it's so life changing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm so proud of you and impressed by you, and you're really a badass. You really are. And you dove into the work, you did the work, you really showed up 100%, and that's why you got the results because you did the work and you showed up and you gave it your all. And like I was blown away by your journey and still. So
It's not over yet. I
it's
did
not
have
over
take a little
yet.
break, but I'm just gearing up for next level Val.
Next level shit, man.
It's hard
And
work, but it's life changing.
exactly, exactly. Well, it doesn't come easy, right? And it's
No.
and yet once you get into it, you see the results. That's what keeps us going. And growth is a never-ending journey, right?
Yeah,
Never
it just
ends.
shows you
Yeah,
you want more. You want more of it.
totally,
That's what I
totally.
feel.
What would you say to someone like a woman who's sitting on the fence of like, I don't know, like, is this what I need? Or, just like unsure. What would you say?
I would say that the best investment that you can make is in yourself. And um and again, it just how it affects each and every relationship when you do that work, when you learn the things that make you hardwired how you are. And it's just so mind blowing, actually. I remember more than one time just being like, you're supposed to be, and I'm like, ooh, when it clicks, it's like,
Mm,
oh, wow. And it's the releasing of some of the stuff that was inside me, and not having to go to guilt as your go-to emotion or fear. I would say that alone is such a valuable tool to
mhm,
have in your toolbox,
mhm.
that I think every person should spend time and learn this. We should be teaching it in schools. We should be teaching our
Exactly.
children how to know themselves
Yes.
in the way that you have taught me to know myself.
Amazing. Oh, I'm getting emotional.
It's true. We can change the world, and it needs to start young with them. I don't want my
Yeah.
kids to wait till they're 50 to try and figure out
Right?
what's going on. And yeah,
Yes.
I don't want them to wait till they're 50. I
Yes.
talk to
So
them.
as we change ourselves, we change the future generations because we stand in the gap and we end those cycles and patterns, and then we don't pass it on to our kids and our grandkids. And that is how we change the world because we change, like you said, change yourself first, and then the ripple effect goes out. And I know for you, that's what you're doing, and you're seeing that. change in your relationships with your kids. And like that is what it's all about, right? Is like seeing how you can live differently, have different relationships, and impact your kids and your grandkids and in such a powerful way because they're watching you.
They are watching.
And yep, they're learning that mama's a badass.
And they're learning that I mean, I could never allow myself to like show them me not doing everything right before. And I
Mm,
just think that I learned from you that if you don't show them that, you know, I also have failures or I struggle as well, then
yeah,
they don't feel like it's a safe place to come to me when they have it. And here I thought I was being like, I'll show you how to be, do, do, do. And it's
yeah.
like, makes such sense when you explained it to me, like, you know, and I just feel like I constantly have it in my head that I'm just like trying to create a safe space for them to be able to come to me with
Mm,
non-perfect life, which we all live. So that
hmm.
was, there's been so many things, Val. I mean, I can't even get it all in this.
That's huge. That's huge. I love that. Thank you for sitting down with me today and just being so open and honest about your journey. And I know that this is going to inspire so many women to hear your journey because what it's going to do is it's going to show them that it's possible for them too.
Thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done. I'm just, I love you so
I love you
much.
too. All right. I'm going to end this and
Okay.
we'll see you soon. The
Okay.
journey's
Thank you
not
for
over.
having me. No, it's not.
Bye.
Bye.